So I am having breakfast because I'm gonna go to a yarn store. I found the yarn store like 30 minutes away from my house. So I'm gonna go because I wanna make a couple crochet projects. I bought a few patterns and I bought yarn online for one of them because I really wanted what was suggested in that pattern. And then for the other ones, I just want to go to the store and kind of get familiar with like what type of yarns I like, and yeah, like colors, and just like getting familiar with the language of crochet and the materials. So I'm having a little yogurt, little eggs, some protein, and then I'm gonna go drive there and have fun and come back and hopefully start crocheting and watching some shows or something. This is what I have so far. I want everything though. So I am back from yarn shopping and going to Michael's. I got wet. It is raining. It is thundering. It is the perfect day to start one of my crochet projects. So I have 4 crochet projects, technically 3 right now because I'm waiting on yarn that I bought online the other day because I was impatient. I bought a pattern that was the first one I saw, bought immediately because I loved how it looked. So it's a blouse. I don't know if it's a blouse. It's a shirt, blouse. I don't even know technically what the difference is between them. I'm probably going to need to learn about the vocabulary of garments and clothing and stuff like that. If that seems like it's something that is really attracting me lately. I have a sewing class. I may have mentioned this already. I have a sewing class next weekend and I am so excited about it. And I'm sure naturally I'm going to start learning about the different garments, pieces of clothing and their names and proper names and whatnot. But I saw this pattern and I'm going to share everything here, share links. I'm going to try to step up my game with my YouTube videos and like make them a little bit more intentional and helpful, being a resource for you if you're taking the time to watch this as well. Like I love watching shows. I love watching YouTube channels because they're just comforting for me. But also it's very helpful when I am watching one that is comforting and also helpful because it's sharing the resources and it has done the job of looking for the materials that, you know, that I would maybe don't even know what the names are and stuff like that. So I will share the things that I am talking about in this video. So I got back from yarn shopping and the project that I'm most excited about, which is what I was just saying, I can't start that one yet because I'm still waiting for the yarn and I don't even think that it has shipped yet. So I'm gonna have to be patient with that. I just saw myself in the camera and yeah. I love my crazy hair, but sometimes it's like way too crazy. So, the rain did its thing. And so I have other options. There's one little sweater by Sustain a Craft Pattern on Etsy that I think is the one that I'm going to start with. And I got this. This is just a yarn that I got because it was on sale. Thundering. And I got it because it's a beautiful color, but also because I have leftover yarn from the 2 projects that I attempted to make. Well, actually one I finished, which is the blanket for my friend's baby, the baby she's gonna have soon. That project I finished, and I have some extra yarn from that one. And it's same thickness, or it looks very similar. Okay, I had to hit pause for a second because Poppy's barking, because Vienna is scared because of the thunders, and now Poppy wants to be picked up. Okay, hold on. Okay, I know, I understand. You want to take care of your sister. I know. She's okay. Okay. Jesus. Okay, sorry. That was gross, but it's always gross. But also I love it so much. I love it so much because I'm so cute. Okay, let's just go down. I know. She also wanted to play with this. Maybe this is what she wants, actually. So I have this. This, I believe, is leftover from that yarn that I used for the baby blanket. And I'm learning that I should definitely keep the specs of the yarn, especially because if I want to learn what type of yarn I like, what I've used, how it feels, and all of that, I think I need to be more organized with that. So this is what I have. Looks very similar. Let me see if this is going to see, like, looks very similar thickness. This is a little heavier, like denser than this. This feels like lighter. But as far as the thickness goes, it seems very similar. So I have a lot of leftover of that. I have this leftover, which was also from that baby blanket, and I have to learn somehow that I can do this because it's gonna be a pain in the butt. Okay, I have to turn the lights on here because it's getting really dark. Still thundering, Poppy's barking. Hopefully I can finish this. So I have this leftover, so I was saying I'm gonna have to learn somehow that this, I cannot do this because it's gonna be a pain in the butt. So I have this, and I have this, and I love these 3 colors together. That's why I thought about getting this. What am I gonna do? I'm not sure. But I also have this, which I have no idea what I could use for. I don't even know what I could potentially do with it. I don't know. I used this for something else for my house. It was like just another crafty project that I actually finished, and I used what I needed from this. I think at some point this is going to be something. I really love the colors here, so it's going to be something. I also have another one of this, which is what I used. Oh, I don't know where that is. I don't know. Does this look good? White. It's too similar to this. There's not enough contrast. Maybe. But maybe not. So this has no project yet, although I do like a granny square jacket that I saw online, and it looks like it uses very thick yarn though. I don't think this is even thick enough. And maybe if you're seeing this and you know anything about crochet, or you know, if you like this, you have ideas, if you've seen something similar, if you can send them to me that I could potentially use with this type of yarn that I'm showing you that I got today, that would be wonderful. Okay, that's what I have for the project that is non-existent and that I have no idea what it's going to be. But that I like this jacket that I'm going to show you, or that I showed you already, and I'm hoping that maybe I can make something with that. I think that I would need maybe like another color, maybe like a darker brown, I would love that for this palette. So maybe that's something. Okay, now for the project that I think I'm going to start with today. It's going to be this crochet vintage style blouse pattern. Oh, it is a blouse. Okay, long sleeve summer top. So a lot of the summer ideas that I've seen online, they don't even quite qualify for me because summer in Florida is like another level. It's humid. Like all I could really wear here is this for me to feel comfortable. So I think this is why just now in September, I'm like, okay, let me just play around with this. So for this crochet vintage style blouse, I got this beautiful color. There were so many different colors that I could have picked. Then I got this too, which in my head, it's gonna look good. It may not. It may go in a different direction, different style that I don't know if I'm gonna love, but I'm just gonna go with it because this is what attracted me. And that is also for the vintage granny square crochet top pattern. Poppy keeps interrupting because she keeps barking. So the original pattern calls for black and white. I didn't want to do black and white, so this is going to be my black and white. I'm excited about this one because it would be my first granny square project, and the design of the blouse looks really cool. Something that I definitely realized right away with the patterns that I have been attracted to is that they're mostly vintage patterns. And then the last thing that I only got one ball, or however you call this, of yarn for this project because it called for, like, I think I needed 3 or 4 more of this if I wanted to do the whole pattern. And that is for the Flora bloom set. So it's filet crochet pattern. It's a filet crochet pattern, which from my understanding is like a lace filet. Is it the same? And is that how you pronounce it? Because I feel like I'm talking about a like freaking tilapia filet. But I got enough for the top, for the blouse. And if I like it, and if I am enjoying the process, then, and if I want to add the skirt, which I rarely wear skirts, because again, it's so hot here that it really bothers me when like my legs are kind of like sticky, sweaty, touching. But it's a really cute set. So I may just do it. But I only bought one to start with that. Okay, so I am going to start with the project. have been so obsessed with my crochet project. This is what we have so far. It's 6:30 in the morning and the dogs are waiting to be fed. So you're probably gonna hear them in the back like, is it ready? Is it ready? But I woke up at like 4:30 yesterday because all I wanted to do when I opened my eyes was to crochet. Especially because, you okay? Especially because, oh, there's a lot of mess in the back, but it's always like that. Especially because the night before I made a few mistakes in the first rounds. So this pattern, there is like 7 rows that you just keep repeating. And in the last 3 rows or whatnot, I made mistakes, or I noticed one mistake that was very obvious. So I had to unravel like 3 rows. And so I was like really bummed that I went to bed not seeing the first, like the first kind of flower. So I basically just went to bed like around here. And so when I woke up, I was like, I need to crochet more. I am a little concerned about the width. I don't know if you can see. So there's gonna be 2 panels and they're exactly the same. And this is kind of like what I have right now. And there's a couple pictures that the seller had for this pattern. And there's one person that is wearing this and it's like a tighter fit. And there's another picture of a looser fit. I am planning to block this for the first time. And so I'm hoping that this is going to like loosen up a little bit and not gonna be too tight, because that's not really how I wanted it. I really, really hope that I'm not making it too small. I thought it was looking good, but now that I have more, I am kind of like a little concerned, especially in the boobage area, because I don't want it to be like, uncomfortable or to look like it's tight. I am getting a little both excited, but also like I kind of wanted to start on the sleeves because I'm supposed to crochet those in the round. I watched a video yesterday that seemed pretty straightforward, but I'm still not sure. Also, this pattern doesn't have any instructions on how to adjust the size. And so if the sleeves feel too tight, because if they're gonna match this size, I'm thinking they're going to feel tight on my arms. And that is obviously something that I do not want. Like I can get away with like feeling like a tighter fit on my torso, but on my arms, that's the last thing that I want. And so in one of the pictures that I saw from this seller, there was like the one with the looser fit. I can see that they didn't crochet in the round, and instead what they did was basically another panel like this, and I assume they closed it at some point. So I know I have options. I'm not sure if I have enough yarn. I followed the instructions for how much yarn I needed, but in all honesty, I think that this pattern is not 100% accurate. There's just a lot of things that, at least for a beginner, they're not very clear, but it's really beautiful. So I can understand why people still buy it, even though the reviews are very clear that the pattern is not so clear. I am so happy because it's probably going to be a little noisy. One, the dogs are going to bark. Maybe the AC is going to start running. Vienna's barking. But all of that is happening. I'm really happy because it is the first time that I'm sitting outside since like maybe March. And it just feels so good to be outside around all of this beautiful plants and nature. I had to put the dogs inside. They thought someone got home. But anyways, I was gonna tell you that I started a sleeve for my crochet sweater, and I am so excited about it. Tomorrow I am going to go get more yarn because I don't have enough. I used one bowl skin of yarn. I can't remember the name of that. One per panel, basically. One for the front, one for the back. I actually used a little bit more for the second panel that I did because I think, and I can feel it, that my crochet was a little looser. I think it's because I didn't have to look at the pattern. I was like, I basically memorized it. And so I think I just went like faster. And so it's a little bit looser, which means that I used a little bit more yarn. I definitely want the sleeves to be long. Plus I have long arms. And so I would like the sleeves to like touch this. And so I just want to be safe. I bought this yarn 2 weeks ago, so I'm praying to the gods of yarn that they still have it. Because if not, I have to figure out a plan B, which I'm sure there are a lot of cool creative options that I could potentially apply on this project, but I kind of want to see this one, project finished because it's my first wearable that I'm doing in crochet, so that would be cool. Okay, so I'm gonna keep enjoying this backyard. The squirrels are eating things and they're like chewing it up and like throwing it. The iguanas are maybe taking a break. That is kind of like, I love being in the backyard, and I love coexisting with them, but I do have to put up with like the iguana. Sometimes it's one, sometimes it's two. They're actually inside and they're giant iguanas. They come inside because they eat some of my plants. They're not my plants. They eat some of the plants that are here. And so, it's their plants too, right? Yes, I bought them, but I only bought them because you have to buy things in the world that we live in. So I do have to put up with them like pooping and peeing. And that's kind of like, sometimes one almost peed on me. So, and they're very territorial. So if I come outside, if they see me, they would most likely and immediately pee or poop, just as kind of like a, hey, I'm here. So they make themselves visible. And so anyways, I'm by myself right now because there are no iguanas. The squirrels, I don't see them. And the dogs are inside barking at the neighbors. So I just realized that I didn't tell you at any point during the progress of my crochet that I actually started over. I started over after, I don't even know how to tell you when was the last time that you saw the first original panel. So remember how I said that it was a little small and I was like, well, but I'm planning to block it and I think I'm gonna gain some inches from that. Well, I think it was that day at night. I was like, this is just way too small. Like I'm not going to stretch it 5 inches because it was like, if you remember, it was like kind of like up to here, like in my boob. Like I needed all of this more on each side for that to make sense or to fit for me. So I was like, well, okay. So I'm thinking like, who can I give this to? And I had a couple options in my head, like, oh, I can give this to my friend and blah, blah, blah. But then I was like, I'm literally missing a quarter of this panel, the back panel, and the 2 sleeves. Like, just start over. And it took me like an hour to come to peace with that decision. But I was like, yeah, I mean, yes, I'm really excited to see the final result, but ultimately I crochet because I really, really like just doing it, just being there with the meditative movement. And so more crochet for me. The first panel for my crochet sweater is ready. It is finally time to sew my first crochet project. The instructions though from the pattern simply say sew panel, front panel to back panel, and sew sleeves to those panels. So technically I'm following the instructions, but I'm still quite lost. Thankfully, I have a mother that crochets, and I ask for her advice. What I have been advised to do is to start with putting together the front and the back panels and basically deciding, wait, is this it? Yeah, deciding how big of an opening I want for the top of, like for my head, right? For this area. I think I want it more open. I think it's too close. Okay, I have the mirror here. Well, I like this. Oh. It's really gloomy today, so the lighting is gonna look a little off. Okay, so I've watched different tutorials to see how to do this, and I am actually using both of my hands. I'm using my left and right hand, and I'm going through this patiently, and we'll see how it goes. I am done sewing. Oh, it looks so pretty in camera. I'm too excited, I'm sorry. I'm done sewing the first sleeve. I still have to sew together this side of the panel, and I'm missing another sleeve and the side of the panel as well. I just came back from a little weekend trip with my husband, and I wish I would have blocked this before I left, but I didn't. And so now I want to do this before starting the week. Today is Tuesday. I have a bunch of things that I need to do, especially selling a lot of the stuff that I have in the storage unit and things that I don't use anymore and that are occupying space, precious space that I want to use for crafts. And so I want to get the blocking started so that I can let it dry. I'm not sure how that works, so I'm actually going to watch a couple tutorials, and I did want to show you how it fits before I blocked it so that we can see the before and after. My mom has actually has been crocheting for who knows how long, and she didn't really know about blocking, so I thought that was interesting. She learned in a different time, you know, during a different time. Like, she didn't learn through videos and stuff like that. It was more, I believe she learned when she was in Germany. She lived in Germany with my dad for a couple years. That's actually where my brother was born, and I think she learned from neighbors and just like the community, and maybe that was not a thing back then, I don't know. But anyways, I don't know if these pants are the best. I mean, we're just looking at how this fits. Let's see if we get a better view. So it is pretty good. I am a little concerned about this falling even more after I block it. I like it like that. I love just like the straight opening here, the color like that. But I'm worried that it may just come down even more and then it's gonna look not nice. So I may have to do a couple more closures there. We'll see. Okay, so in case you're curious, this is where I am letting this drying. We have a second bathroom where we have a little hanging rack in the top. And so this kind of fits there. It's like it's like perfect. If I was making a bigger sweater, longer arms, I think I would have to somehow block this different. But it works perfect for this. Okay, so I tried this on after blocking it. And first of all, a lot of like my tails are coming out and I'm not sure how to handle that. I guess I'm gonna have to YouTube that. But also my theory about what could happen with like the opening of the sweater was correct. And it's basically too open now. So like basically it's coming all the way here. I kind of don't want to try it on right now. I guess I'll do it. It takes 2 seconds. Let's not be lazy. And I am wearing a strapless underneath this, knowing that I wanted to try this on because I think that I'm definitely going to want to wear this with a strapless. Like I still want to have an opening here, but I don't want straps from something underneath to show through. Now, I don't know how it looks with this color strapless underneath because this is all I have. This is the only strapless that I own, like a top. So we'll see. Okay, so yeah. So I don't know if I'm loving the color of the top that I have underneath this. It's not terrible, but I don't think I love. And this is like, you can see here, like it goes down like this far. And although I don't hate, I do want it to like be less drastic, I guess. I want it to be like almost like, oh, it's coming out a little bit. Okay, it is done. And I'm so in love with it. I love it so much. I definitely want to buy different like tops to wear it with underneath because I don't know, there's something about strapless that don't make me feel so comfortable. I don't know if maybe buying like something that is thin, I don't know, I'll see. But I love it so much. I love the length of the sleeves. I love the color. I love how it feels. I love the fit. It's like perfect. I love it. I'm so proud of myself and I am so motivated and excited to keep doing more projects. It feels so good to make something yourself and then be able to wear it. It's just like, yeah, I don't think I had ever really experienced that. Everything that I've ever created is either something to use and discard maybe, like paper, stationery, stuff like that. Even paintings. I kind of like don't even put them up in my walls or anything. So it definitely feels very special to make something that I can wear. Love it.